free your mind.
Look to the future.
Amazing. I can't believe it's real.
And unique users of internet. Join us as we journey into the gothic world of CyberDen.
Only a decade ago, the idea of communicating with people using a computer was almost unheard of. Today, internet connects the world and provides an indescribable amount of information to millions. It's all about people and their computers, and the discussion topics are as varied as the people themselves. Everything from business, schoolwork, stamp collecting, how to make an apple pie, to a group of musicians who make up the CyberDen. Peter Stone is the system operator of the CyberDen, a bulletin board set up for musicians and fans of gothic industrialized music. Its many features include band reviews, sound sampling, CD labels, and electronic communication.
Right now, the CyberDen has been up for about a month. We have about 1,000 users, and that ranges from everybody to bands, record companies, magazines, people that are just involved in the music scene by going to clubs or being into fashion. And they all use the CyberDen to let other users on the CyberDen and in the internet know about what they're doing, what their music sounds like, what their art looks like. For instance, what we have here is the Gothic and Dark Wave section. This pretty much is about the entire Gothic movement, the music, the fashion, the pictures, there's poetry, there's short stories, reviews. Because the music itself is one thing, but the actual people, they're kind of a culture of their own.
Tell me about some of the other features, because you got a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, the other features that we have, the CyberLink area, you can actually download pictures of their latest CD.
Really?
Or you can download actual minute of a song that they've done. Or it could be
The
a new
audio
song.
will actually come through?
The audio will come through and you can pull that up and listen to it. If you like it, you can write the band, you can write a record label that is online telling them, yeah, you should listen to this band. We have a cyber info area which lists out various areas of information, like I've got specs and information on MIDI and studio gear equipment. There's another entity that's on the CyberDen, and it's a magazine that you can download and pretty much look yourself on your own computer what they're up to. There's also areas on here where people can talk to one another on an open forum called Usenet, which is on the internet. Once you leave a message on here, millions of people see it.
Tell me about that, because there are some people that would like to censor material that's going across on this, and it's growing, right? The internet is just growing every day.
We believe that, you should have the freedom of speech to say what you want, and this whole thing about them trying to censor the internet, I really don't think it's going to work, because the internet is really not a single computer you can censor. It's a highway of information.
CyberDen is growing more and more all the time?
It's growing all the time. Now that we have direct lines into the internet, there are people from all over the world that are allowed to now log in directly, and through the user list on the CyberDen, you can actually see that we have users from Japan, from Yugoslavia, from Belgium. It grows every day. In fact, a lot of the users that use the CyberDen also frequent a club called House of Usher, and they're using the CyberDen now to interact with users online to tell them that they have a new album out, or that they're here to talk to. If you want to start a fan club, they can do that now. And record companies can look at their work too.
I never used a computer before CyberDen came along, and being involved in the music industry as a record label, I felt it was a great resource.
We've been using computers for a while as musicians, and we discovered CyberDen recently as a way to communicate with other musicians and to promote our band.
One of the users that we do have, his name's Desmond, and he's got this car with 5 aerials on it. He's got a live TCP/IP network link straight into the internet. He's got 2-meter radios. Guy is insane. He's totally wired.
So you're saying that you can actually call him up here in his car?
We can call him right now. All we have to do is look over in the communication center and go over to talk to a user, and if he's online, we'll see him, and there he is. Hello, Peter, and we can say hello back, and Hello. This is Peter and Phil from the Big Byte.
That's a unique use of internet, huh?
Yeah, it's the first one I've heard. I've heard it being done on bikes before, but this is the first time I've heard it being done in a car.
One of my missions in life is to get people as wired as possible and as interested in all of this great new technology as possible. People find it very prohibitive, and they see these things as something that's just way beyond them, and it's really not. When you take a system like the CyberDen, you have people who would not normally be interested in online systems suddenly very excited about being in front of their computer.